Every story has a beginning. Every journey has a story. If you are a prisoner of time, you won't be able to follow me. But if your imagination is ready to fly, come with me. The origins of this land are written on these ancient stones. A deer, a fish, a house, a village, a plow, a horse, and two wheels to navigate the splendor of reality. The snowy peaks of the Adamello Mountains emerge from the clouds like the prehistoric sea of the Camuno people. They are always the same, but time moves on and new generations travel new routes. Wild springs flow down towards the valleys, becoming rivers. Man, just like water, runs, shapes, invents, and searches for other horizons, crossing seasons and lands. With his hands, he creates an idea. He leaves the villages and climbs up the mountains to summer pastures. The animals, which once forced him to be still, today give him the freedom to become nomadic again. A journey through space and time. But you don't need a magic formula to take part in the race. You just need to jump on a bike. This is the ciclovia of the Oglio River, a 280-kilometer cycle path spanning 2,000 years of history and legends. It flows beside the waters, enters forests and mountains, going over bridges. Following the river's course, it joins Lake Iseo, Oglio's main affluent and only outflowing stream. Silence. In the peaceful church of Santa Maria delle Neve, you can hear the water on Punctius Pilate's hands. I look at the demons, the sibyls and prophets painted by Girolamo Romani, known as Romanino, in 1534. And in the village of Pisogne, Jesus dies and rises, while the men at the foot of the cross beg for the fortune that we will all search for. Outside, lake-like landscapes crossed by modern-day travelers reveal ancient images. A fisherman, 4 centuries later, tries his luck, just like those dice players, knowing he could win or lose everything. His net is the pride and wealth of his land. The Monte Isola, both a mountain and island, stands majestically on the water, 600 meters high. For years and years, the fishermen's nets, famous worldwide, have been made here. Iseo, the border between water and land, is where its history lies. In the churchyard of the old Romanesque church of St. Andrea Barbarossa passed by, maybe on a sunny morning just like today. This is how hours mark the passing of time. But the current area of the Sebino Natural Reserve has remained the same, just as the monks of the Cluniac order saw them when they founded the St. Pietro in la Mose monastery shortly after the year 1000. Patience, courage, passion, Franciacorta. Wines mature in the barrels while men continue to rework the land and their destiny. Other stories, sealed under glass, similar to magic lamps awaiting to be revealed. Once upon a time, there was the sea. Between houses, gardens, and rows of willow trees, across mosaic-like fields in a vast expanse of water. So wide it resembles the sea, the Gerundo Sea, made up of 3 rivers. A stinky smell, a tongue of fire. He who overlooks the walls and sees Taranto, the dragon of Soncino, won't be able to save himself. He who conquers it will become a saint or hero. The legend is mingled in my mind with the screams of Ezzelino, the tyrant chained to the castle tower, then killed. The fears of men long gone return during my journey beyond the centuries. Further up above the skies, painted on the vaults of the Santa Maria delle Grazie church, angels sing. Celestial voices merge with lamentations of those burning in hell, the eternal dilemma between good and evil. In the Printing Museum of Soncino, shortly after the 30 years since the discovery of Gutenberg, what was then referred to as oral memory was printed here. Man's ingenuity opens up an altogether new chapter. Nothing remains of the ancient stagnant sea in the waters which now flow through the canals. And progress, which once generated a stream of bricks, cement, and artificial cascades, isn't the same either. The future belongs to clean water, protected territories, delicate balances. Stopovers become places for the soul, places to stop and find oneself. In the Piadina cloister, waters generously and hypnotically shower the land. Sprouts, the trees growing in the nursery, will then be placed where there was once a forest, representing the link between the power of man and respect for nature. The wheat is almost ready for harvesting, generating bread as always. But beyond the cultivated fields, the faraway churches, the courtyards, the elevated banks, the bridges, and the calm river flow, a new destination appears on the horizon. This is uncontaminated land where herons fly. The natural landscape of these plains restores our roots, our hopes, our passions, and struggles for those believing in future generations. In between the rushes and bends of the Bine Natural Reserve, in the waters of the Marcaria Natural Reserve, where the river loses itself and is reborn like an oasis, we rediscover the impulse never forgotten to cherish the environment and species as most valuable. Modern bicycles reach their destination crossing over the Torre d'Oglio boat bridge. Close by, the Oglio River flows into the Po, following the 280-kilometer stretch of pathways. It is as long as the cycle path, a sign of man's and nature's perfect harmony. The journey has come to an end, but this story hasn't. Even if I can't continue, I leave my boat to your imagination. And now, you may be wondering who I am. A warrior, a devil, a shaman, or a fisherman, a painter, a farmer, a tyrant, and a saint. Life, just like fire, consumes itself by growing. The road, like a river's water, is never the same. We would like to fly as if we had wings, feeding ourselves with past and future moments. But every day, the present is center stage, and for a fleeting moment, it reveals just who we are. Then the lights go off. Maybe it was just a dream that becomes reality on the ciclovia of the Oglio River.